Tropical Storm Khanun 2023 last modified, 6 o'clock August 6, 2023 UTC. Khanun, Philippine name Falcon, is located 202 kilometers northeast of Kadena Air Base, and has moved southeastward at 13 kilometers per hour, 7 knots, over the past 6 hours. In 36 hours the system slows, becoming nearly quasi-stationary as it enters a weak steering pattern for a brief period of time. In 2 days the subtropical ridge to the northeast will assume the dominate steering role, and Khanun will kick out to the north-northwest along the western side of this ridge. The system begins to accelerate after 2 days as the steering ridge builds and moves westward, strengthening the steering gradient. The current forecast shifts the track further to the west, with the system now expected remain off the coast of Kyushu through the forecast period. Landfall is now expected near Busan, South Korea just after 4 days, followed by an inland track over eastern South Korea and brief excursion back over water just east of Wonsan, North Korea in 5 days. After turning poleward, the system is forecast to intensify back to typhoon strength as it crosses the deep, warm waters of the Kuroshio and taps into strong poleward outflow ahead of a upper-level trough passing by to the north. Some slight weakening is expected prior to landfall in Korea due to the proximity to the rugged terrain of southwest Kyushu and entrainment of low-level dry air descending from the island into the core of the system. In 5 days, the system begins extratropical transition as it interacts with a 500 HPA trough and associated baroclinic zone. Deterministic track guidance is very consistent with the previous cycle in overall shape and model tendencies, though the entire envelope continues to shift westward with each successive run. The Navgem and Koamstc continue insisting on a tracking over far southwest Honshu and into the eastern Sea of Japan, while the Ukmat and shows a track over Jeju-do then up to near Pyongyang. The remainder of the consensus members are confined to an envelope of 111 kilometers at 2 days, which expands to 278 kilometers in 4 days, roughly centered on Busan, South Korea. Of note, the GFS has continued to trend further and further west with each model run and now is the leftmost tracker after 3 days, showing the center tracking over Seoul and into northeast China in 5 days. The entire model envelope expands to over 1,482 kilometers in 5 days, providing a hint at the high levels of uncertainty in the track forecast after 3 days. A similarly large spread is evident in the ensemble models, resulting in low confidence in the JTWC forecast after 3 days. Intensity guidance is in good agreement on the overall forecast trend, though the bulk of the consensus peaks the system at around 110 to 120 km per hour, 60 to 65 knots, with the JTWC forecast being a shade higher, hedged towards the HAFSA solution. Maximum significant wave height is 11 meters, 36 feet.